My daughter's she's a sophomore in high school. My man at State, listen to me. My daughter goes to school early. She stays after for lunch, and then she stays after school to get tutoring. My son ain't never got a tutor. But the difference between my son and my daughter is the mentality. My son is to go out and shoot 100 shots. My daughter is to go out and make 100 shots. I'm going to say it again because you missed it. My son, dude, he go out, all right, Dad, 100 shot, 100, I did it. My daughter's still out there. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm only at 98 right now. I got 2 more to make. It's a different mentality. And the greats are the greats because they have a different mentality. The greats don't play for themselves. The greats understand that they play as a team. The greats ain't about personal achievements. The great, they're about team. When they ask Michael Jordan, who's the best, MJ? You or LeBron? Who's the best? You or Kobe? He says, no, y'all got it twisted. It's not who's the greatest player. It's who's the greatest team. MJ said, now if anybody can brag and say they're the cream of the crop, they're the top of the top, MJ said it's not the best player. This basketball, one man can't do it all. It's not the best player, it's the best team. And some of y'all need to understand that concept. This ain't tennis. You ain't Venus and you ain't Serena. You can't do it on your own. It is not about being the best individual. It's about being the best team, and not just being the best team, it's being the best team for how long? Oh, talk to me. Not just the whole season. When you play the game, it's about being the best in the first quarter, the second, come on, the third, and most importantly, it's not even about the first half being the best team. It's about being a team the whole entire game. Your mentality. What's your mentality? Are you like my son? You just gonna shoot 100. Or you like my daughter? You gonna make 100. It's about a mentality. And can I say this? And I say this very humbly. We're $1 million company from high school dropouts. Nobody expected us to get where we are right now. Come on, I'm commercials. I'm trying to take James Earl Jones' spot. I'm being real with y'all. I'm about to try to take because he ain't gonna be around forever. I just want the next series if they ever do Star Wars again, I'm the new Darth Vader up in that joint. I'm Darth Vader. I'm the voice of Darth Vader. But why? Because when I got my GED, everybody in the hood was like, yo, he got his GED. Yes. Mentality. Number 2, mentality. When I got my GED, everyone's like, he got a GED. He on his way out. And when I got my GED and got my 4-year degree and I came back to Detroit, I was a what? Come on, be honest. I came back with a 4-year degree. In the hood, I was a what? My boys was like, yo, he did it. He got his 4-year degree. I told y'all my mom barely finished high school. My old dude's still working on his GED. So in my family, I'm a champion. I got a 4-year degree. But somebody came up to me and said, E.T., you got the 4-year degree. Now you know you get your master's degree. I said, master's degree? I barely got a 4-year. It took me 12 years. They said, you got more in you, kid. I want you to do one more rep. I want you to do one more rep. I want you to go get your master's degree. Went and got my master's degree, and I didn't think I could do it. Why? Because master's is reading and writing, and I failed both. And they said it ain't always the hard, it's not the toughest guy. It's not the smartest guy. It's the guy who's willing to outwork everybody. Got my master's degree. Then they told me to do what? Go get your I said, PhD? I finished all my coursework right now working on my dissertation. Listen to me. You got more in you. Just because you're better than the guy that's suited up next to you, does that mean you reach your best? And then I wrote a book. And the second book is coming out, and I don't know if you heard the audio book, but the audio book was #1 in 5 countries. I'm a high school dropout, but I keep pushing and pushing. I never settle. So then my final one, give me my guy's name, Cal Ripkins. Anybody raise your hand? If you just ever heard of the name before, can you give me that? Have you ever heard of the name before? All right, so this is what I want you to do. And my older guys got to help me out. I think it's somewhere between 2,139. Am I close? Games, 2,139. I think I'm real close if I ain't on that. 2,139. What does that mean? He showed up. He showed up and played how many games? 2,139 games. He showed up. You better catch that. He was considered one of the best in the game because he did what? He showed up. Now, I'm here to tell you, if you show up to that many games, and that's the beautiful thing about this sport, you got to grind. This ain't football, baby. Football, you get Sunday, I'll see you next Sunday. This is every single day, and sometimes they ask you to do two, right? This is a whole nother level. You got to grind. He came every day and grind. Now watch me. When you come up on a regular basis and you playing, you got a life. Stuff happens. I know some stuff happened when my man, somebody in his family died. I'm sure him and his wife had some challenges. Son got sick, right? I'm sure it was a lot that happened in those 2,139 games.
Was there ever a time, maybe you weren't hurt, but it's late in the season maybe, your team is out of the pennant race, it's a day game after a night game on the road, for whatever reason you didn't sleep the night before, aches and pains, you come to the ballpark tired and you say, you know what, I just don't feel like playing baseball today?
There were a lot of those moments that you thought of, wouldn't it be nice that I wouldn't have to play today? And then there's sort of a guilt feeling that starts to come over that you were doing something wrong. And then you push it a little bit further and say, let's see what happens. And normally when you say, let's see what happens, let's go out, something good would happen. And that's what I associated. When you felt the worst, I always associated that good things were on the horizon. Mm-hmm. And by and large, they happened that way. So I thought it was a good indication that the worst I felt, that I was going to have a good game. And a lot of times I did.
But he showed up. He did what? Showed up. Oh, y'all got to talk to me. He did what? Showed up. He showed up to every single game. And this is what I need you to do for me in life. I'm not the best. E.T. is a high school dropout. I was homeless for 2.5 years. I slept in abandoned buildings. I slept in cars. I'm not the best. I'm not the brightest. It took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. And I'm running circles around the dude who graduated from Michigan State as summa cum laude. You know that guy that they pubbed up? He was the smartest dude at Michigan State. I don't know what he's doing right now. He might be working for some Fortune 500 company, clocking in every day. I'm making 10 to 15 grand. And we're getting better and better every day. We wrote a book. We sold 6,000 copies in less than 6 months. We just ordered 10,000 more. Fortune 500 company just bought 2,000. I'm not the smartest, but you will not outwork me. I wake up every morning at 3 o'clock. We got home from the University of Cincinnati at 2:45. I still didn't go to bed. At 3 o'clock, I went on my walk, my 1.5-hour walk with God, came back in, did some work. Are you hearing me? You might be smarter. Your family might come from privilege. Your daddy might own a company, but you will not outwork me. You will not have more drive than I have, more passion than I have. And I'll beat you every single day because I got passion. You will not wake up in the morning because you spoil. You will not get up before 8. You will not get up before 6. I will out-rep you. Push up. Every day I'm going. I'm doing more and more each day. I'm trying to do them until I can't do them no more. I'm doing sit-ups every day. I will outwork you. And I'm telling you, you go out there and like